Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. Today we're going to be going over just a few different bits of news, kind of like a bit of a roundup in terms of news articles and just things that are happening in the community. Rather than making just separate videos on these topics, we thought we'd just throw them all into one video and still try to be fairly concise with it. So let's begin. First up on the list, I want to mention the Pink Mercy campaign that was run, the charity campaign together with the BCRF that Blizzard ran. You can make a $30 donation to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation and then receive a Pink Mercy skin in game. You could also donate more than that if you wanted to through the same page, and then you could also donate to the BCRF through the featured streamers throughout that sort of period. The campaign managed to get together an entire 12.7 million US dollars, so that's quite a lot of money raised for the BCRF. Really good stuff. I really liked that campaign overall. I thought it was charity campaigns in video games done right in every way possible. So nicely done, Blizzard. Anyway, moving on from that, next up on the list, I thought I'd just address this because it seems to be some confusion within the community. There are some issues with the Overwatch servers lately, and I've seen some on console as well. There's been downtime a bit here and there. Some of it has been because of DDoS attacks against Blizzard. So if there are server issues, keep an eye out on Reddit and so on for any of that stuff to find out. And I wouldn't recommend playing competitive play during those times at all, because if whatever game you are in crashes or you just get booted out for whatever reason, it's not really Blizzard's fault themselves. They are trying to work against this, but you will most likely be losing SR. So yeah, just FYI, servers have been a bit all over the place. Keep an eye on Reddit and so on just to find out if the servers are alright or not. After that, I want to talk about what's probably the title of this video, which has to do with the Symmetra weapon, as we are coming into, well, a decent amount into this next season already, and about halfway through people are expecting to see stuff like Hammond and of course the new Symmetra rework being added to competitive play. And with that, there are some things to kind of note about, especially new Symmetra, and that's what I wanted to talk about here. So Symmetra had a bit of a bug, I don't know if you guys remember, on the PTR where you could kind of like swing back and forth with the weapon or just spam activate it, basically spam shoot the primary fire, the new primary fire that's kind of like the Zarya beam in a way, and that would allow you to get more damage ticks in, and by doing that get more damage in a shorter amount of time compared to just holding it down. So it was kind of an unintentional way of just getting loads of damage out of that gun very quickly. Blizzard didn't actually fix that, so you can't do that anymore, but the way they did that was by upping the ticks of damage that the weapon has. Now, doing that means a few things, but primarily it means that you can no longer actually perform that bug anymore, but it does also bring in things like it being actually more difficult to get damage through with that gun, because with a lot more ticks like that, you need better aim to get more of the damage through, at least theoretically. But point is that they changed the gun in a way that didn't actually just fix that bug, it kind of changed the way that weapon plays. And there's of course also discussion about how that affects playing into armor and so on, as armor, I don't know if you guys know, in Overwatch will kind of punish small increments of damage, so a lot of shotgun pellets or a lot of small bits of damage over time rather than one big chunk of damage. That's how armor works, and in this case Symmetra's weapon would get more punished by armor. And even then, I think the new beam, like how that works on the new Symmetra, hasn't been particularly enjoyed by a lot of people in the community, because whilst you can get a lot of damage out of it, you do have to hold down the trigger for a pretty decent amount of time to actually ramp up the damage high enough for it to really matter. But yeah, it's been a bit of a kind of indirect nerf, and it wasn't really intentional. There was a big post about it on r/Overwatch today, and there's been some in the past. I seen the one in the past, but it was still when that was very new and they didn't really, you know, announce if they were gonna change that more or not. But now it seems like the new Symmetra is coming to a state where she will just be added straight into ranked as she is right now. So I wanted to bring this up just for the community and, well, maybe for the devs and someone from Blizzard sees this, but either way, that's all I want to say regarding the Symmetra weapon. I'll link the Reddit thread in the description below as well. Finally, I do want to also mention, of course, there's a new little Hanzo statue. Here it is, so I thought I'd just show it to you guys real quick, as they do advertise these quite a lot on the different sort of Blizzard channels. Thought I'd just show it off because some people really like this sort of stuff and want to see when there's new stuff around this, so I thought I'd include that here too. And Blizzard do have an EU store now as well for gear, so if you're in the EU and you want to get this statue, you can actually do that for a reasonable price compared to the import tax and all that stuff, you know. So yeah, EU Blizzard gear store and the Hanzo statue, pretty cool. That is essentially all that we have right now, but we are expecting some things kind of like this week or soon-ish, stuff like the Hammond cosmetics. They should be coming in not too long. Thought they would actually come last week, but maybe this week instead, either today even, or well, more likely on Thursday, so we might be seeing that soon. I'm sure you guys will find out either through this channel or other means when Hammond and the new Symmetra do go to competitive play. I'm really looking forward to that, a little bit of a change up in how the game plays and what the meta is like. But that's all for now. Thank you guys very much for watching. Do like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more Overwatch content, and click the bell if you actually want our stuff in your sub box. That's all for now. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.